Hey guys, AuspiciousAussie here, and welcome to episode 19 of the San Marino Challenge. Now, today's episode is going to probably be a bit of a long one. We've got a lot to get through. Of course, we've got the preseason fixtures, as well as all the transfers, and there has been a lot of them. We've also got to go over the finances a little bit, and then of course today we are taking on Chenza Calcio. Yeah, it's going to be a tough game. Vicenza are one of the better teams, I think, in our group. You know, along with Cesena, Medina, Ternana, Livorno as well. I guess you could probably even put Rimini in there as well. Although, Rimini, I think, lost one or two of their best players. So, they might be a bit weaker this season. Anyways, first things first, we'll get into the transfers. As you can see, there are a lot of ins and only a couple of outs. The first player we let go of was Pasquini. Now, Pasquini's been here since the series started. Has he? I think he has. I think he was in the original squad. As you can see, he did play quite a lot, especially in that first season, 28 starts, or 28 games. 6.97. The following season, 18 games, 9 starts, 9 sub-appearances. And he did a little bit better. But of course, last season, only played 5 games. Didn't really perform too well. And we are getting in better quality players. And he's not good enough. And he doesn't really fit this new tactic that I've been talking about towards the end of last season. The other player that was let go of was Caputo. And he left to Frosinone for $115,000 up front. And then an additional... Well, the transfer will eventually go up to $230,000. We also have a 40% of profit of next sale and a friendly game with them as well. So, the only thing I can really say about this is I rejected so many bids. I rejected probably about 10 bids from 10 different teams. And then, Frosinone... They came in and our chairman, because we were in a pretty bad financial position, just accepted the deal. And I protested it, but ultimately there was nothing I could do. And yeah, arguably the best defensive prospect we had at the club has now left. We've kind of replaced him a little bit, but I was not really able to find... like a young talent that has as much potential as he had. But we'll go through the ins. Now, I showed you guys a list of in transfers before in the end of season episode. But we didn't really actually... Well, I didn't actually show you who they were. Now, I think it's Chester. But with an Italian accent, that's how you would say Chester, you know. 19-year-old Italian, very strong... as far as a winger, you know, really good technicals, especially for this sort of level. Along with the pace he's got as well. We don't actually play with wingers. We do play with the inside forwards, like I mentioned in the previous episodes. But I feel like his potential and his current ability as well, to be fair, despite him not being a natural inside forward, I think he's really dangerous. And I think he'll definitely get some game time. As you can see, only on £250 per week, coming in from Inter as well. So, decent little pedigree there as far as a youth player. But he will be starting games. I think he's actually going to start today's game. The next player is Christian Calli. I'm not really too sure how you pronounce his last name properly. We're going to go with Calli because that's how I want to pronounce it. Again, very versatile. Can play on the right as an inside forward. Somewhat naturally. I wouldn't say naturally, he's more of a winger on the left, but he fits the role of an inside forward quite well. Again, very cheap wages, only $350 per week. He's not that great. He's kind of the backup, so you know he'll do a job. He's performed pretty well in preseason as well when given his friendly opportunities. The next player brought in was Alberto Barrison. It's one of the centre backs, more just the backup for the players that we have and we've brought in as well. Probably won't play too much. We then brought in Giuseppe Ungaro. Now, this guy was rated pretty highly by the scouts, and as you can see, he's a natural Mazzala, which was what we were playing with in the previous tactic. But as you can see, he's not really that great. And yeah, we've already managed to sell him to who else but our parent club, Cesena. As you can see, 35,000, and that's all up front as well. Basically, I couldn't even register him in the squad because we didn't have enough room. And I think that getting 35,000 for him is a pretty good deal because we, like I mentioned quite a few times already, we're in a bad financial position. The next player brought in was Belfasti from Reggio Audace. This deal's been set up for quite some time. I think the start of January was when I really got this one done. Because I had this guy on my shortlist since I think the start of the series when Reggio... Or was it the second season? It might have been the second season. But he's been on the shortlist for a long time. Very solid left back. As you can see, he's not great going forward, but I wanted defensive, solidity. I wanted a strong core defense. It's all well and good having nice attacking fullbacks, but if we want to get promoted, we have to have a strong defense and be able to get clean sheets and to try and not concede as many goals as we did last season. Hopefully turn some of those losses into draws and some of those draws into wins is kind of my mindset behind it. Very good physically as well. I'm pretty happy with him. 28 years old, one of the more senior players in the first team. The next player is Marco Toscano. He was brought in to play more of the defensive midfield position. As you can see, he's probably one of the best players in the squad. He was brought in from Palermo, I believe. Yes, from Palermo. Very good player. He wouldn't actually talk to me in terms of me trying to approach to sign him. And then sort of at the last minute, I just randomly found him again and put in a contract offer and he accepted it straight away. And yeah, I think he's a really, really solid choice. Of course, we've still got Pellini as well as backup in that defensive midfield position. So I think that position now is sorted. I think we're very good in terms of not only depth but the quality in the first team that we do need. The next player is Kevin Varas, another player that we've already let go of. He is joining FC Bari. Basically, I signed him before I wanted to change the tactic. I was going to train him as a wing back because I thought he was pretty decent there. We have sold him for, I think, 70k, which is a very decent fee, considering I expected him to maybe sit in the reserves until his contract ran out. But he was signed from Rosato, so he'll leave as well in January. Good to get some money back from a free transfer as well. The next player brought in was Ivo Molnar, Croatian, 27-year-old Croat. And as you can see, he's a very solid defender. I think he might push himself into the first team. At the moment, I don't think he's as good as we need. I mean, some of his mental stats are really low, which is why he's probably only a 2-star rated player at the moment. But if you look at his physicals and his technicals, he does seem pretty good. So, the jury's still out on him. I'm not 100% sure. Just had to get him in. Avellino. They're a somewhat decent side as well. So, yeah. We then managed to bring in Fabinho from Medina, of course, our arch rivals in the series. A left winger who is right-footed, of course, naturally plays the inside forward role. Brazilian, 30 years old, probably, I think he's the oldest. I'm pretty sure he might be the oldest in the squad. But he's got good flair as well, off the ball. I mean, all of his mentals, being 30 years old, are quite good. A little bit lacking in the technical department there, but still somewhat solid. And, he's still got his pace despite being 30 years old. So I think he'll be decent. I mean, at Medina, he hasn't really done anything. When he first went there, he got 9 assists and 1 goal in 32 games, which isn't great. But again, he's more of the backup choice. I think he could be pretty dangerous. He definitely could. Now, the next player I'm very, very happy with. Eduardo Soleri. Free transfer from Roma. As you can see, this guy is a solid striker. Very strong, good pace, good finishing, good heading. 23 years old as well, which is pretty young in terms of, the players that we're going to be looking to, well, some of them to hold on to going into Serie B once we do get promoted. 3.5-star current ability. It's going to be hard not to start Krasniki over him. And it's a bit of a dilemma, to be honest, because they've both been injured in preseason, and when the other one has been injured, the other striker has performed really well and scored a lot of goals. So, yeah, definitely a tough one there. The next player is Ricardo Fort. I'm going to go with Fort. It might be Forte. But we're going to go with Fort. We'll go with Forte. Ricardo Forte. It sounds a bit better. Sounds a bit more Italian. As you can see, inside forward, on the left wing. Very, very good player. 3-star current ability, 4.5-star potential. Only 22 years old, so he does have a bit of improvement left in him. Good pace, very good technicals. And I think he's going to be probably one of the most dangerous players in the team, for sure. And he came in from Milan, so AC Milan. The next player brought in, another one from Palermo, is Danilo Ambro. Brought him in to play the advanced playmaker role in the new tactic. As you can see, really good flair, determination, passing, technique. I mean, basically, everything but his strength is quite good for this level. Again, only 22 years old, 3.5-star current ability, and 4.5-star potential. And another one of the players, he's currently injured, but another one of the players that I've signed looking ahead at Serie B. I think we can push for promotion this season. I think we can try and win the league. It's going to be really tough, don't get me wrong. Hopefully the tactic works as well, because it's worked in preseason, but you just don't know until you really get going. The next player brought in was a return from last season, a returnee, Cirillo. Just brought him back in from Genoa, not paying any wages for him either. He's a quality player, 3-star current ability. He's got a bit of potential about him. Who knows if he'll develop into that sort of what's expected of him anyway. So he returns to the club, and then we also brought in Fabio Orsi on loan from Verona. Another centre-back. Brought this guy in right at the end of the transfer window. As you can see, he's a really good centre-back. And I think he's a somewhat decent replacement for, what's his name? Caputo over here. I mean, they're a little bit different, and some stats are better and some stats are worse, so it's a tough one. But we're only paying $325 per week of his wages. I think that's a decent little move. And the final player brought in that was not registered in time is Alessandro Celli. Another centre-back. He's not as great as I sort of expected him to be. He's lacking a lot of pace, and I think that could really hurt him in this league. But apart from that, he does look pretty good. Only 24. We'll see if we'll register him later in the season. Now we're getting to the fixtures here. As you can see, we've played a couple of games. We played the Coppa Italia Lega Pro games. Of course, you're drawn into a group with only one other team. So it's essentially a two-legged tie. We drew Rimini Calcio. Managed to beat them 3-0 in our first game. No friendlies before this either, which was interesting. Krasniki opened the scoring, then got injured, and we brought Soleri on, the new striker, and he managed to score 2 goals for us. So, a pretty good debut for him. And in the home game against Rimini, we only managed the 1-1 draw. So, not the greatest follow-up fixture from that 3-0 victory, but Soleri again on the score sheet, opening the scoring for us in this game. And they got one back. But we did go through, of course. We were on 4 points, they were on 1 in the group, which doesn't really make sense, but anyway. Then we played a load of friendly games, starting off with a 7-0 victory over Pietracuta. Chieti. We managed to beat them 6-1. We versed AS Livorno, of course, league rivals. Or, yeah, another team in our group. And we managed to beat them 2-0. Pretty impressive, to be honest. We then versed the San Marino team, Tre Fiori, one of the better teams in the San Marinese league. Beat them 4-0. We then managed to beat Spezia 3-1 at home. Nice little victory over them. A 2-0 victory over US Grosseto. And the final friendly game was a 7-1 victory over Gavarano. Oh, there we go. We've pretty much managed to get through everything there. If we look at the finances, we've got 15,000 in the balance there, which is pretty dreadful, especially where we were. I mean, at that point we were at 737,000 in the bank, so we've hit a massive decline. And basically, what happened is we paid out the squad bonus, and it was 450,000, and it is 450,000 this season. And I did that. I could have gone lower to 250,000, but I did that because I want us to focus on the league. I want all the players to be up for it 100%. But yeah, as a result, we're in bad financial situation. As you can see, due to player sales and whatnot, we've got a transfer budget of 193,000. I have brought the wage budget up quite a lot as well, which is probably not helping. As you can see, we've got 26,000, currently spending 23,000, so we're a little bit under it. And if you look at the projection, it is dreadful. It is really, really bad. Negative 850,000 this season, negative 2.2 million next season. Now, if we do get promoted, things will get better. Let me say that. Serie B money is a lot better. And I know that for a fact. Anyways, let's get into today's lineup because we're going to go over the tactic as well. And this episode is going to be a long one. As you can see, we are playing with essentially it's a 4-1-2-2-1. But I like to call it a 4-3-3 because these three players here are sort of the midfielders, and then we've got the three attackers up front. But as you can see, it's not too different. We're playing with wingbacks still instead of complete wingbacks. We still got a ball-playing defender and a centre defender. Still got the deep line playmaker. Still got the advanced playmaker as well on the attacking role. But we do have a box-to-box midfielder now. Now, no one can really play that role naturally or perfectly. But Cirillo probably will start there. Now, I wanted to play Gasperi there because I think Gasperi is a little bit better defensively, as you can see there. And he's kind of alright going forward as well. But unfortunately, as I mentioned earlier, we do have an injury to Ambro, who essentially played every preseason game in the advanced playmaker position, the midfield centre position with the advanced playmaker role. So yeah, there's that. Then we got the two inside forwards, one on the left, one on the right, as you would expect, both on support. And then up front, we're just going to stick with the pressing forward on attack. If we look at the team here, Forte and Kresniki are both not... Well, have they passed fitness tests? Yeah, they're both... Well, they haven't. Well, they're not fit, is basically... They're both not match fit, and that's due to injuries from both of them. But we're going to go with them, because I think... Well, I mean, the only other option is Fabinho to play in the left inside forward role, or position. And he's not match fit either, so it doesn't really work. And as you can see, Soleri is still coming back from an injury. So, yeah, injuries haven't been great. But we'll go through the lineup here. We've got San Giorgi in goals, Sortia at right back, Mercy and Orsi will be the two centre-backs. And then we've got Trillo, who stays in the side in the left wing-back position. Or the left-back position as the wing-back. We then got Toscano, one of the new boys, as the deep line playmaker. Cirillo and Gasperi will make up the two centre mids. And then we're going to go Forte and Chester. I feel weird saying Chester, but that is how you pronounce it, or how an Italian would pronounce it. So they start as the two inside forwards, and then Krasniqi up front. He was predicted to win the Golden Boot in the league or in our group this season, so that's worth noting. I mean, if we look at the bench now, we've got a much fuller bench. We have depth. We're going to go with 10 people on the bench, and I'm going to try and keep those numbers up because essentially everyone on there is of decent enough quality to come in and perform. So, yeah, it's good stuff. Unfortunately, I have to bring Buscarini up because we needed the squad spot. We can only have 15 over 22 players in the squad. So, it's a bit of a problem, but, we worked our way around it a little bit. Then we got Molnar, Belfasti, Pellini, Calli, Fabinho, Raza, Scavola, Tassetto, and Barrison. Now, I really don't know what to expect. Like I said, we sort of breezed through preseason a little bit. I'm going to tell the boys I expect to win because, yeah, I don't know. We were in pretty bad form in terms of the games you guys saw that I recorded last season. Of course, I still don't really. I know what happened in the playoff game last episode, but it's such just BS, to be honest. Anyways, we do have a highlight here. Cirillo, Krasniqi, can he shoot? Yes, he can, and he scores. He scores. Cirillo with the assist. Krasniqi, not match fit, still manages to get a goal. Nice little shot right on the edge of the box there. Low and hard to the left of the goalkeeper. And, I'm happy to take the lead. 20 minutes in? Zortea wins the ball there. Yeah. Another thing I forgot to mention is the right back position. We are lacking a backup right back. Well, our backup is essentially our first teamer now. Which is unfortunate, but, we'll have to wait and see how things go. We've got a corner here. Zortea plays it short to Gasperi. Mercy, get in, son. First goal of the season. Second game, or third game, I think, for him. Well, actual game, not a friendly. Now he's going to get sent off. That is lovely. 31 minutes into the game, and Mercy's got himself a goal, and he's also got himself a second yellow card and been sent off. Okay. What are we going to do now? I feel like we're going to bring one of the inside forwards off. We'll go Forte. I guess we will. So we'll do that. I guess we'll just do that. That's really disappointing. I mean, we've got 2 goals ahead. Well, 2-goal lead at the moment. That could be cut. Yeah, I thought that might have snuck in the bottom right-hand corner there. But we've got a 2-goal lead. Can we hold on to half-time at least? We need to do that. We need to hold on. They got a corner. They hit the post. Oh, that was offside though. Very lucky there. And it does look like we're going to hold this lead into half-time. Alright, there we go. Half-time. I mean, we were actually playing really well up until that red card, so that's really unfortunate. Come on, boys. We've got a corner. Another short one. Can we swing it in? Trillo. Zortea, Gasperi. Oh, look at that ball movement. Shoot, son. Oh, Cirillo. What a goal. That was a nice little goal. I'm pretty sure he's actually right-footed, and I think he curled that with his left foot. And we're 3-0 up, 50 minutes in, despite being a man down. So we've actually... Oh, God, that was a bad sliding tackle. Whew. What a save. San Giorgi. I swear, signing that guy in Serie D was one of the best decisions I think I've made. He almost gave away a penalty then. In terms of signings that I've made, in the lower leagues as far as goalkeepers go. I feel like whenever I've played Football Manager before... Oh, no. 2 red cards in one game. Both of our starting centre-backs have got sent off. Oh my God, what is happening? I mean, we're lucky that I have another one on the bench, but... Jesus, what is going on? I guess we'll just do that, but we're going to get absolutely carved. Carved down the wings, aren't we? And we're down to 9 men. I mean, we're 3-0 up, but we only have 9 men on the pitch. Can we hold on and not blow this first game of the season? Come on, boys. Defend, defend, defend. Oh, they've hit the post again. So unlucky from them. They've hit the post twice. Like, this is Football Manager screwing their team over. You know, my team's down at 9 men. And they're... Well, they can't score. I actually feel a bit sorry for them, to be honest. We only have the 1 sub left as well, so... I think I might hold on to it just in case. And they do manage to get get a breakthrough. They get 1 goal. 63rd minute. I mean, can they push? I might tell my boys to concentrate, and apparently they're overwhelmed by what I asked of them, which is ridiculous. I mean, come on, boys, defend the corner. They've got a 2nd goal. Come on, don't fall apart right now. I can't handle this. Alright, hold on. We're attacking. Let's just go defensive. It's going to backfire. It's going to backfire. I know it is. I don't like changing the tactic during the game because I feel like it can often come back to bite you on the ass, but they're finding too much space down the wings. Bianchi out to another Bianchi. See, they just got the overlap. Oh my God, come on! I knew that was going to happen if I went defensive. It was probably going to happen anyway, but... God damn it. They've got to get the late goal. They've got to get the late... I'm finding both of those players. I'm finding both of them. 3-0 up, and we've thrown away that lead because of red cards. That really pisses me off. Not the greatest way to start the season. Krasniki, please, son, do it. Oh my God! How do you miss that, mate? How do you miss that? Oh, I thought that was the winner. I honestly thought that was the winner. And I mean, there's still time for them to get the winner, so... Well, I mean, yeah, he's probably not going to score that one. Alright, what's going on here? They got the throw-in. I was just wondering what was going on there. I mean, are we going to get another player sent off, perhaps? Cirillo, play it. Come on, Krasniki, do something, lad. I mean, we've only essentially got, what, 3 attacking players? I mean, if we give this... Oh, I'm so nervous. I was so nervous at the end there. Oh, man, I really can't believe that. That's really, really unfortunate to blow a 3-0 lead. I'm just going to say I'm not happy. I mean, we were actually dominating them. Dominating. I mean, it's still a draw. It's not the worst result in the world. Mercy. 2 weeks, mate. 2 weeks. Where's Aussie's? Why can't I find Aussie? I want to find him. He deserves a fine. Well, that's annoying. I can't actually find him because he's not my player. Bastard. Anyway, not the start I wanted, but you know, it's a point. It's a point on the board, and I think, you know, despite getting 2 players sent off, we were 3-0 up, and I think that, you know, it's going to be a positive season. It's definitely going to be a positive season. We're going to try and win the league and try and get promoted to Serie B. That is the goal. There is nothing else. Nothing else matters except promotion. And that's what we're going for 100%. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. And take it easy.